So basically it's this video right here. It's two videos actually. This one and then it's another one where she kind of grabs at her groin a little bit, right? So let's take a look at this. Okay, she's walking. Now, they were pointing out that she was kind of making faces. Now, granted, it's the sun, right? I think the sun is there as well, so I can't necessarily say that's what's going on here. But she looked like
a WNBA star's career is in jeopardy. Not voluntarily, but rather as a result of a startling strategic change that has been developing behind closed doors. The murmurs are growing louder. All of this indicates a significant shift that will leave her stunned and struggling with a harsh reality. There is more to this than just a squad roster. It concerns the effective dismissal of a player, a move that will surely cause anyone in her situation to become enraged and respond violently. This is the harsh reality that is coming home. The league will be rocked by this news, and a renowned star will have to deal with an abrupt and extremely upsetting exit from her prominent role. An athlete would never want to face this circumstance.
Now, I also want to show this one here. This is the other clip people were showing me. Right there. Well, she kind of grabbed, right? She kind of reach for her groin a little bit. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. Now, I remember Lisa Leslie saying that an injury like this could last forever. It could stay.
The audacious forecast has been made. It's obvious that Kelsey Mitchell will be leaving the Fever. This is a deliberate study based on changing team dynamics and the indisputable gravitational pull of a generational talent, not just conjecture. For one of the league's best scorers, the hard reality is starting to set in. The writing is clearly on the wall. Her formerly seemingly secure future is suddenly in jeopardy due to a wider strategic game that is developing at an alarming rate and necessitates an urgent response to the inevitable.
She's fine. You know, maybe still having on her mind that groin is hurt, but she's really okay. So maybe she just kind of, you know how you got to work yourself into playing at 100% and not worrying about your last injury, right? So it could be that too. And then also there was a report, not really a report, but it was some rumors about Caitlyn dealing with a stalker at her hotel room. Now, I was going to report that yesterday, but I did want to get that from a more credible source, right? Instead of just a tweet. So that's why I didn't necessarily bring it to you all, because I didn't know if it was true or not. But yeah, nonetheless, if it is true that happened and
everything is altered by Caitlin Clark's indisputable power. Her presence significantly changed the team's whole environment. Regardless of their prior efforts, established players must quickly adjust or risk falling behind. It is now anticipated that Mitchell's scoring average, which was once a consistent highlight and a pillar of her identity, will collapse and return to pre-Clark levels. The harsh realities of professional athletics, where even star
re-injured at. I would say maybe just kind of second-guessing her durability at this time as she works her way back into playing. That would be my guess, all right? But y'all let me know in the comment section, how are y'all feeling about this? Do y'all think she might still be having problems, or maybe it's just a mental thing that she's trying to get over right now? Now, I do want to swing the conversation over to the CBA negotiation. We have some new news here from The Athletic, all right? They ended up stating the WNBA recently rejected a WNBP.
Witnesses have observed a notable disparity when younger, quicker players are with Caitlin Clark on the court. The team changes. It's not only entertaining team to observe and eat, but clearly a better team performance, has an indisputable vitality and harmony. This inclination toward youth, quickness, and a certain kind of dynamic play immediately questions the existing quo, suggesting that some well-known players, in spite of their enormous skill, might not be a good fit for new, expedited vision for the group's achievement. The evolution happens quickly and harsh.
We have some new news here from The Athletic, all right? They ended up stating the WNBA recently rejected a WNBPA proposal in which players would receive or would have received 33% of total revenue for each year of the agreement, sources said. So they wanted 33% of that revenue. Like I stated, they are hanging that hat on the revenue. And when I didn't see the percentages a few times, I already knew, yeah, they're not going to accept it. So it's good to see a number finally on what they want from that revenue share. And it's 33%.
A possible fit with a new player is already being noticed by fans. An unmistakable indication that this story is getting substantial public traction rather than being limited to inside conversations. The writing gets further evident when the team's core supporters begin to perceive a clear road forward that noticeably excludes a present star. This collective realization, which is unchangeable, puts tremendous pressure on management to take a decisive action that aligns with the perceived need for change and a new dynamic.
I think you would definitely see it then. So if they could just figure out how to get the private investors out of the pot, maybe then they could get that 33%. But right now, man, you have three parties sharing it. The WNBA, the NBA, and those private investors. But it's just really tough to see like 33% from 42% of 100%. I hope I'm not confusing anybody or what I'm saying here, but the WNBA only get 42% of their revenue. It's basically the NBA gets 42.1, the WNBA gets 42.1 of the revenue share, and then
Jackie Young, a former standout guard for the ACS who is currently a free agent, offers a clear and appealing substitute. The Fever's options drastically change as a result of her availability on the market. This isn't your average player. It is a 4-time All-Star and 3-time WNBA champion with a proven winning background and an incredible abundance of championship experience. Her presence instantly raises any conversation about roster adjustments, which stands in stark contrast to a club still figuring things out.
With it all, man. Maybe they see something I don't see, but at the end of the day, I just think they have to get rid of those private investors. Get rid of them, man. Pay them off, whatever you have to do, man. Buy that share from them. Nonetheless, man, this is everything that I wanted to bring to you all. Y'all let me know in the comment section. How do y'all feel about all this? How do you feel about the Caitlin Clark situation? Do y'all think she's okay? How do you feel about the CBA negotiation and the direction that it's going? Do you think these players can get that 33%? Do you think they'll find a median with it all? Could they get, I know they went up to 14% from, I think it was like 10 to 14%. In between those numbers, they didn't necessarily give us an exact number that the WNBA proposed, but it is good to see what the players want. They want 33%. Interesting. Do y'all think they'll get that? Let me know in the comments.
A vivid moment caught on camera demonstrates the main points of this argument. Jackie Young's amazing comeback, out-muscling several rivals under the basket. This was more than just a play. It was a strong declaration, a visceral display of unrelenting, raw force, hustle, and unwavering resolve. This one act instantly brought her to light, dog attitude, and ignited passionate conversation between fans and analysts. Same, exhibiting the intangible characteristics that have a real impact. Player, particularly in crucial circumstance. The difference between Young's selfless team, start playing right now, returning the ball to Clark for a flawless three-pointer, and what's suggested regarding Mitchell's historical inclinations are noticeable. The story implies that Mitchell, renowned for her scoring ability, could have maintained the ball in a comparable circumstance, possibly even for a second disputed shot, strengthening the notion of an alternative, more individualistic attitude. This, a subtle yet potent analogy, speaks volumes about player fit and the desired team-oriented mindset. The work of Jackie Young. Amazing numbers are revealed. 4.5 rebounds, 5.1 points, and 16.5 points per game assists throughout the course of shooting an efficient 47.5% from the field. Additionally, the worst part is that she's only 28 years old, going into her peak. These aren't only numbers. They depict the whole picture of a comprehensive, highly effective, and young athlete ideal for a powerful backcourt alongside Caitlin Clark, providing both short-term effects and long-term possibilities. There is no doubt about the Stars' alignment. Additionally, Mitchell's comparable statistics are highlighted. 45.6% shooting percentage, 1.8 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per game. Although her points per game are unquestionably high, the other metrics, especially her rebounding and assist totals, paint a picture of a different kind of player, one whose style of play might not perfectly fit the team's new desired direction, which is to help Clark create a faster, more fluid offense. It draws attention to a specialty as opposed to a more general skill set. This is the unvarnished, unadorned truth. In Clark's absence, Mitchell was without a doubt the top option, which contributed significantly to his high points per game. Substantial offensive burden. But the harsh truth is that once Clark is completely in the lineup, those points will inevitably drop again and become Clark's own offensive output. The shifting hierarchy and Mitchell's probable fall from primary scorer to a secondary, possibly less significant role are highlighted by this stark honesty. Since both players are free agents, the situation is further complicated. However, one important fact sticks out. Young is younger than Mitchell by 2 years. A 2-year age gap, along with different skill sets and perceived team fit, can be a significant concern when teams are planning for the future in the competitive world of professional sports. For one, the clock is definitely running faster because teams are always looking for younger players with a lengthier projected prime, making this a crucial point in one's career. Jackie Young's Indiana heritage adds another strong and convincing link, establishing a local hero story that strikes a deep chord with the fan base and has the potential to generate a great deal of goodwill. This stands in stark contrast to previous social media controversy between Mitchell's family and the outspoken Caitlin Clark fandom, an unpleasant memory that many people have not forgotten, adding an unexpected wrinkle to player dynamics and team perception. It's a factor that has substantial weight, even though it's not entirely statistical. There is a clear and unambiguous inferred message to Fever management. Give Jackie anything she desires without asking any questions. This isn't only idle fan gossip. It's an intense request, almost a command, for the group to make a decisive, forceful action to obtain Young's services, but a strong desire to bring in Young draws attention to the felt urgency and the obvious, almost desperate preference for her over other choices, demonstrating the team's unified belief in her transformative potential. Jackie Young is praised as a hound, a player who stands out for her unwavering dedication, grit, and relentless hustle. She is thought to be a much better, more complementary fit for Clark and the Fever's developing system because of her superior overall game and coveted dog attitude. There is more to it than simply simple scoring prowess. The intangible traits, unwavering work ethic, and defensive prowess are what really elevate a squad and make it difficult to overlook. The challenging, nearly excruciating fans are being urged to remove the emotion. The focus is squarely on the need for professional decisions to be made rationally based on current fit, future potential, and strategic alignment rather than sentimental devotion, even as Mitchell's prior efforts and her intense dedication are acknowledged. This is the exact point at which the loss of emotion would inevitably collide with cold-blooded analysis, necessitating an agonizing decision between strategy and heart. Young's relative youth and the urgent necessity for championship experience in a locker room are emphasized as essential elements for a squad that truly wants to win titles. These elements support the strategic justification for possible roster change, highlighting the fact that creating a winning culture calls for more than just talent, but also the longevity that younger players provide and the appropriate leadership, setting the squad up for long-term success beyond a single season. There is strong evidence. When younger, more nimble players are on the floor, the team clearly plays faster, and Caitlin Clark handles the offense much more effectively. This dynamic change unleashes Clark's full ability and significantly enhances the transition game. The case for adding guys like Young is strengthened by this obvious performance advantage, which leaves less and less space for players who don't exactly fit this rushed, high-octane offensive vision. There is no denying Kelsey Mitchell's harsh reality. Despite her unique talent and her bravery, the unrelenting winds of change are blowing strong and quickly in the WNBA. The arrival of a generational star in the race for a championship is causing the Fever to make strategic moves that indicate an obvious and inevitable change in course. This change, which might result in her being demoted from a key position or perhaps removed from the team, is certain to cause an understandable and extremely irritating response. Brick by brick, the Fever's future is being constructed, and it doesn't seem like everyone can stay for the ride, which will inevitably result in an emotional reckoning.